Welcome back to Knitting in Our Jeans. I'm Liz.
I'm Carolyn.
And you can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as TooLizForYou, TOOLIZZFORYOU.
And I'm CPREDMOR on Instagram, on Ravelry, and Knitting in Our Jeans on Instagram. And I've been posting a lot. I didn't post today. I didn't post yesterday.
Yes, you did.
I did?
You did. I was
Early.
confused.
Okay.
Yes.
But then we were at a funeral, and this morning, oh, we had to meet a friend for breakfast.
I know. You had a brunch date.
I know. I'm so full of food. I'm full up to here. It was good. We had longtime friends, and we'll discuss these sleeves.
I was going to say, we're both wearing things we finished since we last saw you.
So why don't you start off?
So I finished my Rumble Raglan. I really like it.
I love it.
The thing I've been dealing with while looking at photos is it gives me the optical illusion of having a longer torso.
Cool.
Which is cool, but it's also a little, off-putting because I'm like, that's not my body. But I really like it. I think it fits really well.
I love it.
The sleeves are shorter than the pattern calls for because I only had, I think, 9 grams of the dark color left.
Mm-hmm.
It did call for slightly more than 1 skein of the dark color, but I was like, let me get as much as I can out of it. The body is as per pattern. Within a few rows, I might have, I think it was that I could have gone, I think technically you were supposed to go 2 or 3 rows shorter, but I was like, let me just finish out the pattern.
Yarn.
Well, also, let me finish out the pattern, make it all work. But then the sleeves, I ended up doing some really fun decreasing.
Oh, nice.
This is all as per pattern, except for over here, where I did do some extra decreases to take the raglan into pattern.
Nice.
And I really like it. It was a really oddly meditative knit.
Interesting.
Throughout the entire process, I really enjoyed it. It's a lovely thing to wear as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
Really nice.
I'm really pleased with my floats. I haven't thrown it in the washer and spin yet. I'll do that this week, just to get everything kind of more settled. But I'm really pleased with it. I think if you're thinking about making it, do it. I mean, I say that as it took me a year and a half to knit this. I did put it down for a while, let's recall.
Yes.
But yeah, I'm really pleased with it. It looks really cute.
You have one end.
I do. Probably the first end.
Very good.
But yeah, no. So I finished that. What did you finish, Mom?
I finished the Lacey tunic. Now, this is not supposed to have sleeves. This is supposed to only have 8 rows of garter stitch. There. I am not a sleeveless person.
No.
So I put these sleeves in, but what I did was I thought they would be up. As I'm doing it in my head, I thought it would be a set-in sleeve up here, which would be perfect.
It would be.
It's not. It's more of a raglan sleeve. It's an off-the-shoulder sleeve or a drop sleeve. So what I'm going to do is I'm taking these sleeves out, and I'm just going to do as I'm doing with my
breathing space,
which is a raglan sleeve. This is on the order of a raglan sleeve, and I'm just going to pick up the stitches that are there and go around and around and around and around instead of trying to do a continuous set-in sleeve. And that will get rid of this poof that is there artificially, because I don't want puffy sleeves. But I am very pleased. I changed the neck. I changed the neck because it's supposed to be a stockinette stitch, and if you do a stockinette stitch coming up from the body, this will end up folding over to a purl.
Okay.
And I don't like that. I also don't like how the stockinette stitch curls upon itself, and for me, it will curl in exactly the wrong direction. So if you want it to curl like this, it'll curl like this. And that's me. There's something the way I'm knitting must encourage it to do that. So instead, I did 1 by 1 ribbing for 6 inches. Yes, 6-7 inches. And I'm really happy with it. Good. It keeps its shape. So I will fix the sleeves probably not this week, because I'd like to finish what I'm working on this week. I showed it to a friend of ours at church, and I have to read in church next Sunday. So I thought, well, if I can finish the sweater, I can show her, because she couldn't really understand the picture. Any of you who have seen my pictures on Instagram, I need a hand.
You need a hand here.
She couldn't figure out why it was going off at an angle. She's never seen a breathing space before, and she couldn't understand what she was looking at. Is that a snowball? Yeah. Is that a snowball? I said, no, that's the other ball of yarn. I finished the waist shaping on the breathing space and came to the end, pretty much, of the black skein, or the gray skein. So I said, this is a perfect time to start my sleeves. And I really like doing sleeves at this point, because there's something about doing a sleeve, for me, after the body of the sweater's over. It seems like such an imposition. If I do it now, I am so freaking excited about it. I am doing...
I think I agree with you, except for when I'm trying to make sure I have enough yarn to finish the body. Like, if I want the body to finish in a certain way...
This way I can keep going on the body.
Right.
Since I like longer sweaters.
Yes.
And I'm not short-waisted. This way I can do my sleeves the length that they need to be. Make sure they get to be exactly the length down here. I'm not doing short sleeves. The breathing space has 3/4 sleeves. I don't want 3/4 sleeves. I want long sleeves.
So yeah.
So I'm doing my sleeves first. And then I will finish the body. And I've got 4 more skeins of yarn.
Nice.
Actually, I may have 5 more skeins of yarn. I've got a lot of yarn for this that I probably won't use just for this sweater. So I have plenty of yarn. I'm not playing yarn chicken at all.
Okay.
Anyway, I will finish this sleeve, I'm sure, tonight. Because I am 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm about 13 inches in on this sleeve. I only need 18 inches. So I'm going to go to number 7, which would be 14 inches, right?
Yes. Is everyone 2 inches?
Everyone's 2 inches. I need to go to 8. It's 16.
And
then I'll do a 2-inch cuff rib, 1 by 1 rib. So I've got 2 more of these decreases to do, and then I start this cuff. And then our friend, Sue, was saying it's hard for her to match your sleeves. I said, well, leave your end of row markers in. Then you'll know where you've done your decreases. So what I'll do...
Did you also remind her that I think Amy Detchen told us that one of the first classes we took with her, that was if you're doing, so if for your whole sweater, if you have increases and decreases, color code your stitch markers. So you have one color for increases and one color for decreases, and you just mark them all along. You don't take them out until the very end of the sweater, but then you can match your 2 sides.
Also what I do, I'll pick up my sleeve on the other side, and then after I do about 1 inch, I will then take another stitch marker and I will attach it at the underarm and the shoulder to my first sleeve. Does it get a little heavy? Yes, it does. But then I know when I'm matching all the way up the sleeve with my second sleeve.
That's usually why I usually do. Well, I also usually don't do a pattern sleeve. A lot of my things recently have been except for the stripies I did on that last one.
And I'm not trying to match it to the stripe. I'm matching it to the length.
Yeah.
And it also then lets me know where my increases or decreases have been. So I mentioned that to her, and she thought it was absolutely brilliant. So anyway, I'd like to finish this sweater by next Sunday. I think I've got a possibility. My allergies are driving me nuts. Singing at the funeral yesterday, the prednisone I'm taking actually helped. My voice was definitely soprano. It was amazing. I know it doesn't sound like it now, but I was hitting a high E. Couldn't believe it. All right, what else?
And we had good hymns yesterday.
We had excellent hymns. Really good hymns. Well, the family picked the hymns.
Yes. Excellent hymns. But yeah, no. So I finished this. I really haven't picked up my Bats sweater. I need to pick it up, but I've been reading on my iPad, and reading and trying to read the pattern on the iPad in split screen doesn't work as well.
That's why I like paper.
I do.
Because I read
know.
on my iPad,
Well,
and
this
I
is-
really can't
yeah.
keep track. Dyslexic.
Well, yeah. Mine doesn't affect me
and
that
I
way.
flip all over the place.
See,
In fact, I did it during the service yesterday. One of the hymns, I sang some of the words of the first verse and the second verse.
That's okay.
Debbie thought it was funny.
I mean, yeah.
I said, sorry.
It's okay.
It's easy for my eye to track to the first stanza and then to the whatever the last one is. It's the ones in between. It's a little hard to track. Anyway, I caught myself and I went on. Yes, go ahead.
So I have not really worked on the bat sweater yet, but it is with me to work on. But I did start the 5th row of the blanket. This will be the last row.
Oh, that was my next question. How many rows is it?
I think we're going to do 5.
Okay.
I think that a 5x5 is
nice.
the way to go. I mean, it's pretty big now. Like, it's a pretty decent size.
I think 5 is good.
But I think 5 will be good, and then I will sit with it and weave in all the ends and throw it in the washer and and then I will reach out and say, do you want me to mail it or do you want me to bring it by your office?
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
No, it's also nice to have something just to work on when, I've got a meeting or I've got, something that I don't necessarily need to fully
pay attention to.
No,
or
the
take
knitting.
Notes.
Yeah, something I don't have to take notes during.
Right.
So sometimes when I'm watching TV, like I can probably start working on the bat sweater, but sometimes it's just easier to pick this up.
And get it done.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Yep. For somebody else. Yeah.
Trying to get it done. Get her done. Get her done.
I have
get her
mail.
Done. Oh, my word.
I think I mentioned that Miss Bads put her Rhinebeck colorway, as well as her Saf.
Yeah, the Saf colorway, which I ordered that with Katrina and Lisa. So I
did not.
I liked it better than the Rhinebeck colors this year.
So anyway, stitch marker, and then this will be the fingering. So I've got 4 skeins of the fingering Rhinebeck colorway, which is on Carolyn.
And that one's the Zephyr. That's
Zephyr.
the green.
So I have a pattern in mind that involves the word blue. And there's all kind of colors in here, but also blue. So that's why I got that. Then this is the other colorway from Miss Bads for Rhinebeck, but it's in DK, I believe. Let's open it up and see. Yes. No. What is it? No, it's fingering.
No, it's fingering.
It's fingering. But I love it.
Yeah, you got 4 Estrellitas. Estrellitas,
Right.
which is the sparkly fingering.
Sweater weather.
Oh, I'm Killington. So you
Killington.
got
So that is
2 more. So you got 2 of these are going to be, I think those 2.
well, if you could get
I'll
it out.
start going too. Yeah, these feel thick.
Okay.
Yeah, these
I
are
got sparkly
Killingtons.
for me.
Oh, these
Now
are
that's
smooshy.
DK.
Yeah, this is
Yes.
Killington. This is smooshy.
So Estrellita has sparkle in it.
Yeah.
You can see it. The Stellina.
And this is Polworth and silk, so it's got a nice little not like a sheen to it. It's not really a shine, and it's not really a sparkle.
350 yards.
Yep.
So I've got 700 yards.
Yep.
I think I got this to make hat and cowl. Is what I think I got these 2 for in DK. This is obviously for sweater. I love working with fingering. I absolutely love. You would think this sweater in my lap would take frickin' ever, but it doesn't. I go through fingering like a hot knife through butter. So I got both of Miss Bev's colorways. I'm very excited about that. We probably should. Oh, you know what? We can put them in the basket back here.
Yeah.
that I got, the basket I got for taking some of the yarn from church.
Oh, nice.
Yes. And then, this is in the bag of yarn from church, and I'm going to try to do something with my addition sock pattern that perhaps bigger cables, so it'll show up in this yarn. So I'm going to be experimenting with that. I have no idea. It's a fingering of some description. We have no name.
It was just, it felt like good sock yarn
It
not get rid of. Like, and it also, either one of us could have made socks out of it, so.
Right. Help. So anyway, then I have, this is made in the Floral Decadence, which is the 10-year colorway for Indie Untangled. And I have 2 skeins left over. I thought I had 3.
But that's actually Tina's Toasty Toes.
Tina's Toasty Toes. So we don't have 3, we have 2. Which makes me very glad
that you reached out to Stephanie.
And ordered 4 skeins.
Oh.
I believe it's 4. We'll find out. Did I order 4 skeins or not? I figured out what this is. This is a pincushion.
Oh.
And
to put together?
To put together, yes.
Oh, from Yarn Farm?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. This is, there's a design you can do on this. This is the bottom.
Oh.
And then that's the stuffing.
Was that in your swag bag?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, it was. Here. So then I got in touch with Stephanie from Asylum, and I said, what yarn color do you think would blend well with the 10-year yarn color from Indie Untangled?
Ooh,
and
what a
said,
contrast.
How about this? There was also an
green.
aqua green,
okay.
but it's
For
hard
you.
to tell the colors on the computer. And sometimes I love the greens that she comes up with, and sometimes they're just not me.
Sometimes greens in general are not
right.
you. Yes.
So I have now 4 skeins of this.
Which is called How Noble.
With 2 skeins of this. So I can use this for a yoke and cuffs, that kind of thing, and this for the body of the sweater, which I think will be really good with a lace or a cable because it will show up really well. So I'm really quite happy with that. So that is what has come in the door.
Nice.
Amazing. So, however, if you notice, I seem to have been getting better mentally because I'm just streaming through these sweaters. So, I think before I start designing
again,
I'll be okay. Again, I'd like to make another sweater out of the stuff that's on this table.
Okay.
And finish going through my sweater drawers next door and weeding out a few more of the sweaters that I don't want to have. Because right now, if I don't fix this, this would be a sweater I don't want to have. I know how to fix this now. So I will fix this, and it'll be a sweater I do want to have. Not a problem. Yeah, I got the directions for this by looking at the QR code thing.
Oh, very cool.
That's very cool. I think I have the picture on my phone.
Nice.
Anyway, so I've got 3 things of yarn. Which is, oh, look, another soft package. Yeah,
Nice.
I'm drowning in yarn here. So, I've got that pink over there that I made the stuff from Chloe, and yet I got 6 balls left.
Yeah.
So there could be a sweater or something in there for me. So I'd like to kind of clear the table by making some of these sweaters, and then I know the next 6 things I want to design. But I think that I'm helping myself feel better by knitting.
Yeah.
And getting this kind of stuff done. So anyway, I'm actually thinking of getting rid of my second MoMA that didn't have quite the contrast of the yarn from the Eastern Shore people.
Don't get rid of it. I will take it.
Oh, all right. It's just not fascinating to me, you know?
I understand, but then that means I don't have to knit one.
You can have it. It's right
Great.
next door.
Fantastic.
It's out of my sweater drawer. I was looking for my black and white swirl one, not to give away, but to wear tonight, today.
The MoMA?
No.
Your black and white swirl.
Alpaca.
Oh, yeah.
It's on the...
Yeah.
And I have put it in a safe place, so I'll find it.
Well, I tried to find my Repetto shoes yesterday, and I put those in a very safe place.
I lost my mouthpiece.
Your night guard.
I have to get a new one anyway. I had a replacement...
crown.
No. Replacement filling put in. And he's not as careful as Dad. He just isn't. Your father would have had it fit that retainer very well. This did not. So I didn't wear it for 2 nights to see if the slight pain on the bottom tooth was being caused by clenching on this retainer that wasn't quite right. And now it's lost somewhere in the house.
Oh, okay.
No idea. So I'm going to call Hopog and get an appointment to get a new one. It's years old.
Yeah.
So it was time for it to be replaced anyway. But I would have been happier to show up with it in hand rather than think, it didn't fit anymore and then I lost it. Be that as it may. Anyway, what else is new and exciting? My car is going to go in for its 5,000-mile checkup on Wednesday.
Okay.
And we're going to move Gary's boat on Tuesday. Your father then informs me today that we're not just motoring it over from Oyster Bay to Huntington. No, we're going to try to sail it.
Why?
Because he doesn't really trust Gary's engine. I said, well, then why are you taking me? I thought we were just going to get on, start the engine, motor over. It would take maybe 2 hours. No, we're going to make a day out of it.
Yeah.
Which I wouldn't mind, except it's not my boat. It's Gary's boat. Gary lets his dog run loose on this boat. So hygienic is not its middle name. I'm going to be wearing my foul weather gear pants.
Yeah.
And gloves.
I was going to say, and you said Wednesday?
Yes. No. Tuesday.
Election day.
Election day.
Okay.
Election day we're doing that.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, I've got meetings
Wednesday
on Tuesday.
I'm taking my car.
Oh, right. Okay.
I'm supposed to take it in tomorrow, but then we wouldn't have it for Tuesday to be able to position cars in both places. This is my allergies. And yet I'm better than I was. So I got dosed at Rhinebeck between leaf mold and dust and everything else. It went right down in. And it's going to take me a while to get back in shape. But I'm doing a lot better.
Yeah.
A lot better. So that's all good.
Yeah.
I think we're doing great.
Yeah. I was going to say, I just, did you see Lyrical Knits posted a call for a test?
No.
Yeah. Hold on, let me show you. And so
That's pretty.
I know. So I did say, hey, I'm interested. So we'll see what comes of that.
But, it's color work. And I would do cables, I would do lace work, but I'm not, my color work and I are not really friends. And if I find that celestial one that I have, I'll give that away too.
The eggshell?
The eggshell. I can't seem to pound the shoulders. What I didn't do is I didn't decrease the needle size for where there was no color work. And so there's a little bubble, kind of like this, but this I can fix by taking the sleeve out and doing it properly. I can't fix the eggshell now. It's right at the beginning of the sweater. But I'm sure there's someone who would wear it. It was an interesting proposition to make. I'm not that taken with it, really.
I mean, it's beautiful.
But,
yeah.
Notice the unexcited face.
I know.
I'm going to get more excited about this once I fix the sleeves than I am about the eggshell. And I'm just the color work is just not working for me anymore.
It happens.
So, you know, that is, I mean, I love striping. Striping's fine. Mosaic is fine. I'm just not with the switching. And I can knit it, but it just that I have to really think about the tension and it may be that there was just so much going on in my life at that point that it was difficult to think about it. But be that as it may, what else is new and exciting? That's about it. What do you have?
Not much. We've got friends in town next weekend, and then we've got some family in town the weekend after that.
So you don't know when you're going to go up and see the little one.
Yeah, I don't know. We have to talk. Well, no, we were supposed to go up and see the Nuggets
yesterday.
This weekend. However, my cousin's husband came down with some terrible, terrible illness.
Like flu.
Like the flu. And we were told not to come. He apparently started feeling more human by Friday.
Well.
Yeah.
You still don't want it.
But more human, not better.
Better, yeah. Exactly.
So that was that. And then, so we were supposed to go up. So currently we're penciled in for sometime in January. That's the next time our schedules all align.
Okay, so she knows you have the kids' birthday presents. And I just texted her on Instagram, what do they want for Christmas? So
okay, well, we can figure it out.
We could mail them up when we mail Christmas gifts or something like that. So
we can figure it out.
Yes, we can. So basically what you do is you do a bunch of different
So this
yellow
is
ridges.
What you were saying is part of the Yarn and Farm package from the Indie Untangled swag bag.
Yes. And so I went and I used the...
you scanned the QR code.
I was going to call the UPC code. And it gave me a picture of what it's supposed to be. And what it is you do a series of parallel lines down this piece, and then you sew it inside out with the Yarn Farm, leaving a bit open on the fourth side so you can turn it inside out, and then stuff it with the fluff, and you have a pincushion. And I think that's actually a very cute idea once I read the instructions about what it is they wanted you to do.
Yeah.
Yes. So I will sit up here and do this periodically.
Nice.
So we have voted.
So have we.
No, I meant you and I, but that's okay.
I thought you meant the household.
The household here also has voted. We went on Tuesday because I had an eye appointment on Monday and my eyes were so dilated I couldn't see. And by the time they became undilated, it was like 5:30, and I said, that's ridiculous. So Tuesday we went. We got in. We got into the room rather quickly, but then there were lines down to the table. So the guy there is directing traffic. He says, why don't you go into the middle lane? Well, the middle lane was being held by someone at the far end by someone wearing dealy boppers. I have a new rule. I'm not getting into any line that's being headed up by someone wearing dealy boppers because she was bebopping all over the room instead of doing what she was supposed to do, which is print out the voting sheets.
The ballots?
The ballots, yes. You know, because you identify yourself and they print out your ballot for your district. That's specific to you because these are the
they're specific to your district.
Right. Because we're voting early, we are not voting at our regular polling place. So they don't have them pre-printed. They print them specifically for you. Is she there to take the... No, she's over there. And she's over there. And so it took an extra half an hour on our line. We know because there was a fellow next to us in that line that we had left who looked a lot like my younger brother. A wee bit disheveled, etc. And we clocked him. So yeah, he got done a half an hour before we did. So the next day, I'm off to the grocery store. And I get through the groceries, and I'm bagging groceries, and we're just about done. And the cashier in the lane next to mine says, I could use some help. So my cashier says, wait just a minute. Sure, I'll be over there. And she runs it. Rather than finish checking me out, all I do is pay her. Rather than that, she goes over to help the woman on the other line and just disappears over there someplace. A woman behind me in line is now putting her stuff on the conveyor belt. And we're waiting and we're waiting. She turns to me. She says, is there anybody working here? I said, yes, but they're over there helping those people over there. I said, remember this face. This is the person who always gets in the longest line. If you see me at a polling place, if you see me in a toll booth, if you see me
run as fast as you can to a different lane,
because I will have chosen the slowest line. I'm sorry. I apologize. I have brought my bad luck onto you. That's the way it is. And I told her the story about the dealy boppers. Uh-huh. She started laughing. She goes, I've had a day like that too.
Yeah.
So anyway, no dealy boppers.
No, okay. Good
and let's see what else. So we voted.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we're going to get we have the photo for our Christmas cards.
Mm-hmm.
And I will send that in this week. So if you do picture Christmas cards, it's now time to get their pictures so you can have those printed and ready to go. So get that done. And that is about it. Those are all my preventative things that I can think of.
Yes, and if you haven't voted, on Tuesday, go vote. If you have not sent in your absentee ballot, please take that to a mailbox or a ballot drop-off location and do that.
Or take it into the post office and watch them stamp it.
Yeah. So just please vote. So yeah, but
I like voting. I have voted in every election I was allowed to vote in since I was 18, and I always loved it. I happen to like the old ballot machines. I like the ones with the levers.
Yeah, I know you did.
Love those ones. I like to close the curtain. I like to push the levers down. I love those levers, and I really can't understand why they gave them away. I understand they're slower to count the ballots, but they didn't have any internet interference.
But they are, well, and it's also, the thing is they are very difficult to maintain.
Okay, I got that. But there was no out-of-body, out-of-country interference with those machines. Mm-hmm. And I just...
You really enjoy the tactile nature.
I really do. It's like I don't like to... I have been to Las Vegas a couple times for conferences. And I like playing one-arm bandits that will actually... that you put the quarters in and the quarters come out. I don't like playing the ones that you digitally load $10 on them and you digitally play and stuff comes up. That's like playing a game on my iPhone. I am not interested at all. And then if you win, you get a printed little ticket. I'm not interested in this at all. Sorry, you just lost me. I love the sound the coins make as they drop. And this electronic thing just doesn't send me. But yes, I did like the physical touch.
The tactile nature of a flicking of a
Which is going to make it difficult when I'm getting my new car. Because a lot of the stuff is no longer tactile or haptic.
Yeah.
It's more of like a brush against it, like your father. You can change the mode of something really easily.
How are you liking your new car mount?
I love it. I love it. It's finally a magnet strong enough to hold my phone.
I'm glad.
Yes.
We got new car mounts for both of our cars. We first got one for mine and tested it out with both of our phones. Works great. Mine, we actually upgraded mine. Now it's a charger and a magnet.
Well, that's what I wanted, because then Ben takes my car.
Well, because we want to see if we have to test your phone with it.
Oh.
That's why. We wanted to just make sure, because we weren't sure with your case.
The new car.
It'll just be fine.
It'll be fine.
Yeah.
The new car could be a year away.
Yeah, well, we'll figure it out.
So
it's okay.
It's fine. I love my new... my car will charge my phone.
Yes.
Because I have a charger cable.
Yes.
And all the accoutrement for charging it. Yes. And yes, I probably would have to take the case off.
Well, no, maybe not.
Maybe not.
Since it works with the
magnet.
case. Yeah, since the MagSafe works with the case. So.
Yes, we will have to see.
We can see.
But this is the first time I've gotten a magnet phone holder that's been strong enough to hold the phone while going around a corner. Because in the past, the phone has been here, and then somewhere in the back seat, which has been really exciting.
I bet.
And I like this phone holder because it clips into the CD slot, so it's not blocking a vent, which is always a big point of discussion.
To do with our men's.
Yes, they want to have that air blowing in their face, so that nothing should block the vent. They don't mind the CD being blocked. That's okay. I did have my big iPad holder that went into that CD thing, and it held my phone, but it also blocked the radio, and all heat and air conditioning controls, which again is kind of a big problem because it's not blocking the vent, but you can't control the vent. So I have tried.
Did someone in this household have issues with it?
You think? So I have wanted to have something like a magnetic phone holder for years, and I bought them over the years. And they've been failures over the years. And this one finally worked.
So finally we got one and we put it in the car before Rhinebeck, my car before Rhinebeck, when we took it up to Rhinebeck. And we used it and Mom's phone didn't go flying.
It was great. The entire trip it was fine.
Yeah.
Yes.
So then we were like, all right, Mom, here's the link. Have at it.
So now they're trying to talk me into a wet, dry vacuum that is a robot. And I'm not sure I'm one with this.
That's okay. If it's not in your view, that's fine.
Right. I mean, one that I push around and it does its thing, that would be fine. I just don't want to be on my hands and knees anymore.
Okay.
And I'd like one that uses some kind of solvent and then sucks it up.
Okay.
Is that what your Tad does?
Tad puts down, Tad has
something and then sucks it back up again?
Yeah.
Yes, well, that's the one thing that my wet mop doesn't do now. So I'll wet mop when your father's not around so that it can dry by the time he gets back.
Ah, yes.
So anyway, don't you love these discussions we're having? So anyway, I think we've rambled on enough. I obviously going to take sleeves out. Put sleeves in.
Take sleeves out.
Take sleeves out.
I'm going to try and get some work done on the sweater that's in my bag at my feet.
And we'll see you,
on the
sometime soon. Yes.
Talk to you on that.
Bye-bye.
Bye.